So then we're going to get into the Medulo Stone Flex, and this is the one that I really have started to sell more and more of. So I'm going to make sure we can see this here. So here's the difference. Now here you only have 2 parts into this drain versus the 3 parts. So you have the same channel that I showed you before, but then you have this piece that you would do the stone or the color through tile on. It already has a membrane on here, so they just use their standard mastic or thin set, put it right onto here, place the tile in it. But then what happens is when it goes into the drain, as you see, there's no drain showing. The other thing on the back side of here, you can maybe see it a little bit better, and we can look at the drawing here. You see these 2 little L's in the drawing. That is the part that you can cut. So the cool thing is it is site sizable. If you look right down below, it will tell you they start from 19, so this first drain will go from 19 3/4 to 23 3/4. So you have 4 inches that you can trim off of the end of this. But what we're not doing is we're not cutting this channel, because when you cut this channel, that's whenever you get into an issue of potentially having water leakage down the road. So if you've ever seen anybody who sells a drain that's site sizable, what happens is this part becomes one piece, and then there's like a little coupling piece that goes here, and that gets glued in. The problem with that is that I've never seen any building, and you can go in your own house, even in a commercial building, if it's more than 1 floor, that the building doesn't move over time. And what happens is if we take this drain and we start to flex it, then we're going to put pressure on that seam that we made in this channel, and we won't know it's leaking until it's too late. Okay, so it can break that seal through whenever we cut this channel. So we never want to cut the channel to have a true waterproof drain. So we want to cut this part, because even if they cut this part wrong, they can hide it with the tile. Or they can just replace this part if they do a really bad job. So this is the only part that would ever get replaced, not the channel. And then you have that warranty still in place. So this is the best way to do site sizable. The thing that most people don't understand about the need for site sizable, and if you look on anybody's website or look at their technical data, one of the things they tell you, or the thing they tell you, the reason you need site sizable is that the channel, the outlets, this part, is going to fall where there's a floor joist in the way. Okay. Or maybe if it's in a slab, there's something in the slab that this is going to be a problem for them to get into. So what they need to do is typically a floor joist is going to be 1.5 inches wide. Okay, this is 2 inches. So let's say it hits here. All we need to do is move this about 1 inch, and now we're past where we need to be to get our drain body in. So with 4 inches of total adjustment, 2 inches on each side, I can move the whole thing 2 inches to get away from that obstruction that's in the floor. That's really the only reason. Nobody or they shouldn't be. If they are, they're really not thinking through this. You're not buying a 60-inch drain and cutting it down to 36. That's not the purpose of it. The purpose of it is that you need some movement to get around those obstructions. 2 inches is going to be plenty to get around any obstruction that they would have in a floor. And now they have a drain that is never going to leak if installed properly. There's no possibility for the drain body to ever leak. And the channel is the only thing we cut. So this is the best way, if you need to sell a site sizable item, is sell them this item. Again, it also eliminates the conversation of what finish options are available, because they don't see anything, and that's best seen in this, in these pictures here. You don't see any of the drain, so it's really smooth. And then here in this picture, you can see how it kind of works. So we have the channel down here, then we have this piece that I have in my hand here, or the drain body here, and then the channel here that gets tiled on top of. So super easy way to do site sizable, answers all of their issues from a standpoint of how to get past these obstructions, but it gives them a 100% waterproof drain. Any questions on that? So we won't spend a lot of time on this, but these are going to be your what we call AquaJoule, which is going to be your point drains. And then we also talked to you briefly. Again, you can see the multiple parts here, so we can have this adjust. Those are those little pieces that I was talking about that have the 10 different settings in there. So it just sits right down into the drain. They can adjust it so that it is sitting level how it needs to sit. Same on the linear drains. The drain board that I told you about briefly, this is also now available with the AquaJoule in it. So it's pitched already. They set it in place. And those things are super easy to install. They cut it to fit the opening, and we can also customize it to fit different openings. And the lead time is not a long lead time. It's about 4 to 8 weeks, depending on the size of it. And then they basically unfold it. It has a seam, and they unfold it. They put some mastic or liquid nail on the floor, set the drain or set the board in place, and they're done as far as installing the shower pan. And so it's super, super easy. And so it's already pitched everything back to the drain, so it's not a hard job for them. This is the pool drain, and again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but you have the multiple pieces here, same way again, so you have all those different adjustments. But this allows you to be able to do a drain to infinity. Well, I probably shouldn't say the word infinity, but we can go forever, okay? Because we're just adding pieces together. So if you do run up against, and I have, 15, 16 foot long showers, and they want a drain to go the whole length, this is the way we would do it, is with this product. So next is going to be your niches. The niches are again a great way